Hello everyone, I am Divya Verma, teacher of Social Studies, Class 6th, Mount Litra Z School, Jhansi. Students, in this video lecture, we will see the chapter number 3 of Geography, that is Motions of the Earth. Here, as motion means the movement of the earth, now here are the two types of movement of the earth, which are the rotation and the revolution. Now let's see what is this rotation and revolution. So rotation here can be termed as the movement of earth on its own axis, which you can see on the screen as well. Means as the earth spins on its imaginary axis, and this movement of the earth is called rotation. Also, this earth takes 23 hours, 59 minutes and 4 seconds for the earth to make one complete rotation on its axis. Clear? And the earth rotates about its axis at approximately 15 angular degrees per hour, and this rotation causes the day and night occurrence. As the planets continue to spin because of the principle of inertia, which says that things which are moving continue to do so until an external force stops them. This is the principle of inertia through which the planets continue to spin. Clear? Now here, since the earth's rotation takes place once every 24 hours, like if you are at the north pole, the speed of the rotation is quite slow with almost no speed at all, as compared to the speed at the equator at about 1038 miles per hour. Means speed is measured in terms of distance. As the distance at the equator is widest and shorter at the poles, so the speed of the earth goes up at the equator and becomes very less at the poles. Means at the poles the distance is 0, as 0 divided by 24 equals 0, so the speed of the movement is also 0. Now let's talk about the impact of rotation on the earth. So in a situation where the earth stops spinning on its axis and instead has one face pointing at the sun, then what will happen? Then the part of the earth facing the sun always would be baked, while the other part would be the frozen. Means the polar region would experience constant winter and the equator would have constant summer. However, due to the rotation of the earth, all the parts of the earth receives heat. Okay, as the earth spins on its axis at an angle of 23.5 degree, one of its sides faces the sun and the other part on the opposite side remains in the darkness. Now the rotation of the earth is eastward, means from west to east. However, the direction of this movement varies with the viewer's point only. If you are at the north pole, the rotation appears in a counter clockwise. If you are looking down at the south pole, then the rotation appears clockwise. Now the rotation dictates the length of the diurnal cycle also, that is the day and night cycle. Clear? Now as the circle is there which separates day and night is called the circle of illumination, which bisects means cuts in half. Means the circle of illumination always bisects the equator, that is 0 degree latitude, and the circle of illumination is the division between day and night of the earth. Now let's see what is revolution of the earth. At the time when the earth spins on its axis, it also moves around the sun on its elliptical path, and this movement of the earth is called revolution. Clear? Means as the moon moves around the sun due to gravity of the earth, similarly earth and other planets move around the sun because of the gravity of the sun. Like you can see on the screen how the earth is moving around the sun. This is what the revolution is. Clear? Now, as the earth completes one revolution around the sun in an elliptical orbit in 365 days, 5 hours and 48 minutes. Means 365 days and 1/4 day more. So for convenience you can say 1 year is taken as 365 days, and after every 4 year one extra day is added to the month of February. That year has 366 days and is called a leap year. Why so? As after 4 years, 1 day ahead of the Earth's orbit. How? Like to line up our calendar with Earth, an extra day is added, like after 365 days in the revolution of the Earth. 5 hours and 48 minutes means 6 hours almost is added every year. और अगर 4 years तक these 6 hours are added, then it makes 24 hours, that is 1 day extra. So every 4 years we have 1 day more in February, that is 29th February, and we have 366 days in after every 4th year, that is known as the leap year. Is that clear? Okay. Now the distance between the sun and the earth keeps varying because of the elliptical nature of the revolution of the earth. So the earth comes closest to the sun on the 3rd of January, and this phenomenon is called perihelion. Then the earth goes farthest away from the sun on 4th July, and this is known as aphelion. So the earth revolves around the sun at an average speed of about 27 kilometers per second. Now, what are the impact of revolution on earth? Like what happens is, we says that seasons are caused as the earth rotation axis is not at 90 degree to its orbital plane but is inclined at 23.5 degree. Means the changes of seasons are caused due to the tilt of the earth's axis and also the revolution of the earth around the sun. So seasons occur due to the two reasons. One, due to the second is the revolution of the earth around the sun. Clear? So here this means summer in the northern hemisphere actually occurs when earth is farthest from the sun, but it is inclined towards it. Clear? And winter occurs when earth is closest to the sun but inclined away. Understood? Means without the tiltness of the earth's axis we would not have any seasons. Means the sun rays would be directly overhead at the equator all years long if it is tilted towards it. Clear? Now here at 2 points throughout the year, the tilt of the earth's axis reaches its maximum angle compared to the sun, and these are the times in the year in the middle of the summer or winter where there are longest hours of day or night, which is known as, means these days are known as solstice. Okay, and this happens on 21st June and 21st December. Now let's see what are summer solstice and what are winter solstice. So summer solstice. On 21st June, the sun rays shine directly on the Tropic of Cancer. It is called the summer solstice. Means on 21st June, there is 24 hours of daylight at the Arctic Circle. Means 66.5 degree north of the equator, and 24 hours of darkness at the Antarctic Circle. Means 66.5 degrees south of the equator. Clear? Means when the axis tilts towards the sun, as it does between June and September, it is summer in the northern hemisphere but winter in the southern hemisphere. So this way the solstice are being caused. Means जिस समय समर सोलिस्टिस हो रहा होगा नॉर्दर्न हेमिस्फीयर में, उसी समय विंटर सोलिस्टिस हो रहा होगा हमारा सदर्न हेमिस्फीयर में. इज दैट क्लियर? सो summer solstice happens on June 21st and winter solstice happens on December 21st. Is that clear? Let's see what is equinox. So an equinox occurs twice a year when the tilt of the earth's axis is inclined neither away from or nor towards the sun. मतलब ना ही तो वो दूर होता है और ना ही sun के towards होता. Means with the center of the sun being in the same plane as the earth's equator. This way equinox occurs. Now, the name equinox is derived from the Latin equus, means equal, and night, because around the equinox night and days are approximately equally long. The north and south of the equator experiences night and day of equal length. So an equinox occurs when the sun rays are vertical over the equator at the duration of the days and nights are equal all over the world, and it happens on 2 days of the earth, that is 21st March and 23rd September. Clear? So here the chapter ends, the motion of the chapter. Now you have to read the chapter at home properly and try to do the exercises of this chapter. Thank you.